Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your tribal metal god of extreme, Peter Joseph here for a beautiful Tuesday evening, getting close to Tuesday night video, right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there in my pants. On this channel and my other channels as well. Leave a comment on the video if you like, but all these stupid comments you get sent to the Shadow Realm and Satan will destroy you and eat your soul. So please don't do that. And don't forget to share the video all over the internet, and please hit that bell. Please hit that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one, because if you do, you are SOL. And you know what that means. And if you don't know, look it up. And that's that. And for our first time viewers, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab that cold one, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, go fuck yourself. And, you can pretty much suck my dick like your mom and girlfriends do. It's true. Can't do anything about it. So, that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got NXT coming up in a little bit. The aftermath of a very good NXT Worlds Collide. We'll see what happens from there. We might see Chick Whitney on the show and some other things coming up. Maybe we'll see the beautiful Mariah May. Oh my. We might see her and what she might be doing with the NXT Women's title and what the division might be doing with JCJ and company. But we got a lot to cover tonight. We'll talk about that later. But right now, really quickly, I want to give you my Monday night thoughts, Houston. Thoughts. Alright, some quick thoughts here on Monday Night Raw from last night, which emanated from the PHX Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. Probably one of the greatest Raw shows this year. This was so good. The main event of Walter and the Yeet Man, Jey Uso, for the World title. Epic match there. And we had the start of the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. First round matches. And we'll get to them with some interesting little people that actually qualified. So, or moved on. Didn't qualify, but they moved on. So let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. And as always, our commentary team, well, a little change this week. Michael Cole and Bad News Reed Ballot. I'm afraid I got some bad news for you motherfuckers. Okay, wait, calm down. There's bad news. Okay. We got that. Alright, so we started off with people coming into the arena. Then we got a big, long-as-fuck recap of Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. And we started with the SmackDown Universal Champion. And that man is number 17 himself. And he's number 17 in your heart and number 17 in your scorecard. He's the last real champion, John Cena! Alright, so Cena comes out with his, insist on his special entrance, thanks to Alicia Taylor. She has to do it. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, Cena says the fans teach him something every time, and they open their mouth. Especially at Money in the Bank. He learned that the truth is a lie. The fans wanted a sideshow comedian whose greatest achievement is pretending to be, be him and cosplaying like him and all this other shit. And he basically said the fans are keyboard warriors, I know a few, and armchair activists with no real power to change anything. And he says R-Truth's a gimmick. The fans will spit it out in a year, not really give two fucks about it. Now we all know that he's now Ron Killings. And he talks about his farewell tour. He's got 19 days left as of last night. So he's got all the pay-per-views coming up this year and maybe 2 or 3 Raws coming up. So, pretty soon we'll say bye-bye, so long, farewell to possibly the last actual good champion in this fucking company. But we get that. Basically says, if you want to accomplish something, send me some goddamn competition instead of the class clown. And then he's like, every time someone has come to me, like Randy Orton or R-Truth or Cody. He shut their mouths and beaten his best. But then, the best in the world, CM Punk. He comes out. Punky Brewster comes out. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. It feels like 2011 again. So basically, Punky comes out. And I'm going to get my notes back. My computer likes to do that. Where is it? Come on. Here we go. Alright, so Punky comes out. And basically talks to Cena saying, saying Cody's the best shot we have. I'll be the monster to stop the monster. And then Punk counts 18 days left after last night. And I'll let Cena pick the date that he loses the title to him. And Cena's like more like the Boston Red Sox than the New York Yankees. I'll even do it. I'll even beat you right now. There's Cena. So Cena says Punk is on. It's like, well, he said it's on, but not now. Not happening on this show, but it will happen in the land of sand, the place that you don't like, Punk. On that Saudi Arabia Night of Champions, and we all know Punk has said really bad things about the Saudi Arabians, and I don't know if they would really like to have him there, but, see. So, Cena says, Punky, the ball's in your court. So Punk seems like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, and it is now official, so Punk will be going to Saudi Arabia, so you're a hypocrite, Mr. Phil Brooks. So we got that match, which should be probably the main event of Night of Champions, and we all know, well, I did have a theory, and I said on Twitter, Punk might win the title thanks to Ron Killings, and then Seth Rollins cashes in that night, or he cashes in at SummerSlam on Punk. After Punk gets through with whoever wins the world title, if they go after his title, depends on what brand wins the title for the King and Queen of the Ring. So, let's say, Sami Zayn wins the King of the Ring, he's not going to go, I doubt he'll go against Punk. He'll probably go against Walter or Jey Uso. So we'll see what happens with that. And then Seth Rollins and crew come out. Seth's wearing a puke green jacket, which you don't get at the Men's Warehouse, because they don't sell that color. You probably got that at the swap meet or some shit. So he comes out with, Heyman, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, just to, say, hey, I got this! So. Alright, so we got that. So that was a pretty great little segment. Alright, first match out of the gate, we had, the phenomenal AJ Styles. Bam! He takes on El Grande Chad Gable. With the Creed brothers, Judas and Brutus at ringside. Decent match, went about 8 minutes, and AJ surprisingly wins the match with a quick Styles Clash, which you rarely see him win with that these days. But he gets the win, and big ups to AJ for that. We'll move on. And then Roxanne Perez comes up to Liv Morgan in the back to pitch an alliance with the entire, with the Judgment Day to help her win this first round match of the Queen of the Ring tournament. But Liv's isn't interested in Roxanne's little team up and basically says, alright, get out of here. So we got that. So then we go to Liv Morgan, Mommy Rhea Ripley, my brutality. Roxanne Perez and my second amazingly hot Asian wife. We all know who she is. My pirate princess, Kairi Sane. Yatta! So we get that. Alright, this was a pretty good match. Fatal 4-way, meaning no DQ. So, Raquel Rodriguez gets involved after Mommy Rhea Ripley hits Riptide on Liv. Raquel pulls her out, and then Kairi with a big flippy dippity doo onto both of them on the outside. And then she goes back in and hits the insane elbow on Liv. Goes for the win, but Roxanne pulls her off of Liv and steals the pin. 1, 2, 3. So Roxanne Perez. And I had her to win this match. As much as I love Kairi, we all know that. But either way, I'm not mad about it. But Roxanne, you stole from my my wife, bitch. But anyway, Roxanne goes on to the second round, semifinals to see who she faces, and that match will be next. The winner of Roxanne will face the winner of next week's match. So we got that. So the semifinals will be not this coming Monday, the following Monday, which is the 23rd. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And we move on. Alright, so after that we get a Worlds Collide recap, another recap video. Then a video on Nikki Bella of the Bella Sluts. She's going to be gracing us with her so-called presence, and I'm talking about Evolution 2 in July. But anyway, she's in the back and introduces herself to the various women's roster that's in the back. And then, she's hugging Maxine Dupri and Natalya, and exchanging terms of respect with Kairi. For now, she talks to Io, later on, and Kairi's like, well, bitch, And then Kairi's, and then, I don't know why, Io's like, oh, I respect you, Nikki-san. Yeah. But in the back of her mind, she's like, bitch! Liar. You're a liar, Nikki Bella. We move on with that. Alright, then we have Daban, the new Women's Intercontinental Champion. She beat Lyra Valkyria at Money in the Bank. It's Daban! Becky Lynch comes out. She's not sure where the "you deserve it" chants come from. And like, hey, she does deserve it. The reign of terror that Lyra had with that belt finally ended after 150-something days. Blah, blah, blah. But then Lyra got the last laugh with the German suplex and Nightwing. Blah, blah, blah. So she calls out Lyra and says, Lyra, get your ass out here right now so I can handle you properly. So she's yelling at Lyra, who comes out, and then out of nowhere, the returning Bayley! Give me a hug! With her purple hair now. I wonder where she got that from. Sasha Banks. Jumps her from behind, sends Becky to basically to Lyra. Lyra beats the fuck out of her, too. So, I don't know if they're going to do a triple threat at Night of Champions. I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. So, we move on. Move on. Alright, then Ron Killings comes out and jumps on the announcer's table and basically says, it's like, we can handle the truth, thank you for having me back. And then he's like, I wish you would, stuff like that. And then out of nowhere, he takes out a pair of scissors and cuts his hair. Almost all off, all his braids are gone. He says, my name is Ron Killings, put some respect on my name. I'm like, damn, this was a great promo from Truth for once, huh? I was having early TNA days when he first debuted. Loved it. Loved the promo. Great promo from Ron. That's that. Alright, then we go to the back with Finn Balor. Not sure why Dominic Guerrero, I say, is getting a King of the Ring match. So, Dom made sure, Finn was cool with it. Finn's like, oh, sure, it's cool. And then JD McDumbfuck says him and Finn are gonna go after the tag team titles with the New Day have. I don't know if they're gonna win that, but we'll see. And then Roxy comes in to celebrate her win with them. But Domino's like, yeah, I gotta get out of here. I got a match. And then Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez come in, and they are not impressed with her. Balor actually approves, and then everybody leaves, except for Finn and JD McDumbfuck. I still think we're gonna get a faction breakup like the NWO Wolfpack, and NWO Black and White, and then they'll come back together as the Judgment Day Elite or some shit like that. I don't know. Remember how the NWO came together with the Black and Red, and they formed the NWO Elite? Hulk Hogan Elite. That was just wrong. But in any case, we'll see what happens with the Judgment Day, and that's that. Alright, then we get probably one of the greatest videos ever on Raw. We get a video for the legend himself, Mr. Iguana! So, I hope we will see him on NXT a little bit more. Maybe main roster, who knows? Alright, we got that. Alright, then we got Seth Rollins giving Braun Breaker a pep talk before his King of the Ring match. As we get to that, we have Dominic Galeno, S.A., Sami Zayn, Braun Breaker, and Pentagon Zero Miedo. This is a non-title match, obviously, not for Dom Dom's title. And that's pretty much it. Match was pretty good. Like I said, no DQ match or anything. Anybody can come out and start shit. Speaking of that, Eli Drake comes out, of all people, hits the BFT on Braun Breaker because of what happened. Seth Rollins cost him Money in the Bank. Blah, blah, blah. Wakes up Sammy to hit the exploder on Dom Dom in the corner. Hit the hell of a kick on Dom Dom. 1, 2, 3, Sami Zayn goes to the semifinals. And we see who he might be facing in the first round. Randy's in that first round match, I believe, so, on Raw. So, we'll see what happens with that. And then, so, on Friday Night SmackDown, we got more first round matches on that side. We even have a mystery man. Who might that be? Drew McIntyre? Could be anybody. People saying it's Goldberg. Right. It ain't Goldberg. Goldberg's thinking of facing Walter at SummerSlam. Who wants to see that? I mean, it would be good, but we all know Walter will wipe the floor with him. Alright, we got that. Well, we go to a special report about the New Jersey governor's race. Who gives a fuck? Nobody cares. Right, moving on with that. Alright, then AJ's in the back's not happy with Seth freaking Rollins saying, "My name is Paul Heyman," that threatened him last week. And he's like, "If you want to threaten me, I'll hit you in the mouth. And I'll go tell Rollins that myself. I'm gonna go do that myself right now." Alright, okay, AJ, you go with your bad self. Alright, then the New Day Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. They're not happy with being asked who is next for the tag team belts, but instead, we should be thanking God for them being champions. Okay. Look at that. Alright, then we get a video on my first amazingly hot Asian wife. She is back from a year-long injury. And that's the beautiful Empress of Tomorrow. You know her, you love her. I can't get enough of her. It's Asuka! Welcome to Kana-chan TV, Yokoto! Yokoto! Say no, I'm no more Japanese. Don't say. Anyway, moving on. Susie's back next week in the first round of the Women's Queen of the Ring tournament, but she got a lot of competition in that little side. We got Jade. Jade's in it, I believe. I know Jade's in that. I don't know who else. And that's, well, not Jade. I think Jade's on the other side. I gotta look at the brackets again. But Asuka's in that little bracket, so we'll see. I don't know if she'll win because Kairi didn't win, so I'm thinking Kairi and Asuka will win the women's tag team belts. Maybe at Night of Champions, or maybe after that. Who knows? Maybe at SummerSlam. But we got that. Alright, NXT has started with a recap of the beautiful Mariah May. Oh my. Making her NXT debut last week after, JC Jane comes out for a little title celebration saying, I'm the best, and then all the ladies come out and fight, and then Mariah May is like, I'm here, I'm gonna take the title from you. And then now we get Mike Santana and Trick Willie from last week, which you all know Trick Willie won, thanks to First Class, AJ Flop Dollar Francis, and Casey Navarro. And then, and against all odds, Trick retained the title again against Elijah. So we'll see what, NX Trick and A happens this week. See if Mike Santana will be on NXT this week, but we don't know. We're not sure about that. Alright, so Nikki Bella comes out, and to thank us for having her back. No, we don't care about you being back. Nobody cares about you. Gets right to the point. Promotes Evolution 2 happening next month. That's July the 13th. She talks about the various women who will be around for the show and all the talent that's there. She messes up Stephanie Vacour's name, calling her Stephanie Vacay. You dumb bitch. Anyway, and she's Spanish, even though she's really Italian, but Spanish. She knows some Spanish. Come on now, how do you fuck that name up? And then Liv Morgan comes out and she is pissed. She's not happy with Nikki. They start, taking some jabs at each other. And then, long story short, Liv hits Oblivion on Nikki, so maybe there's a tag team title match with Brie coming back. I'm like, eh. Hey, my cousin, Tony D'Angelo, gets you a pizza pie. Well, gets me one for $2. Oh, Oba and Jasper Troy fighting in the parking lot. Oh, Jasper just whooped Oba's ass. Good Lord. And his car. Not the car! Not the car! Real glass! Ah! Jasper Troy just chokeslammed him on his car. Ah! And real glass! Real glass! Cry me a river, motherfuckers! Ah! Alright, get that. Alright, just to finish this shindig off, hopefully I have the power. Then we get to the main event. Jey Uso and Walter, great match. Sadly, Walter won the title after he locked Jey in the sleeper. That was it. So Walter, a two-time world champ, great match, great Raw. 8.5 out of 10. So let me know what you think down below, and that's all I can say about that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, peace.